So also the relationship that we're mentioning between the two clubs, RB Leipzig will have said to Benjamin SESKO, there will be certain clubs that if they reach a certain limit on our valuation, you will be allowed to go. Now, Manchester United could be classed as one of those clubs, but also if you're looking at the difference in the offers between Newcastle and Manchester United, it's not that big at the moment.
But it's 5 million. It's 5 million. It's 5 million euros. Why wouldn't RB Leipzig say, no, we get 5 million euros? No. We're still losing the player.
But what I'm saying is if the player has made it clear that he wants to go to Manchester United, and there's only a €5 million difference, it is not going to be in RB Leipzig's in say, no, you're not going because Newcastle United are paying 5 million more when you're going to get 80 odd million euros anyway. So that's the reason that relationship has been built up between player and the club to the point where he hasn't agitated at all for this. He's letting RB Leipzig and Manchester United do their thing. They've said to him, we're happy if they can agree this deal at the valuation that we want, because as much as we don't want to lose you, we want you to go to where you want to go as well, provided we get our valuation.
He came from Salzburg before, didn't he? So he's in the Red Bull group, so yeah. I understand. All right, so Dharma, so if United do get this done, is that then finished in this transfer window?
Not necessarily. Look, one thing I should say here, we should preface this by saying the focus right now is in Benjamin SESKO. And it is also on player sales. And we've been talking about those player sales throughout this window, those 5 players who Manchester United want out and just try and get some money for. Marcus Rashford has gone, Jadon Sancho, Garnacho, Anthony, Tyrell Malacia.
Can I add Højlund to that list yet?
Potentially, yes, because we've heard that Rasmus Højlund, if offers were to come in for him and they were of a good valuation, Manchester United not necessarily would sell him, but they'd consider them. That is if SESKO was to come in, because Højlund himself is going to have to think about it if SESKO comes in, because clearly his game time is going to be limited. However, they are looking at strengthening other areas of the pitch on Manchester United, not just in the forward areas, because it looks like if SESKO does come, the entire front 3 is going to be different from last season. SESKO, Mbeumo and Cunha. But midfield is also a position that they are looking at. Brighton's Carlos Baleba is one of a number of players that Manchester United have just explored the conditions of a deal for. No official contact between clubs at all at the moment. It's thought it would not be an easy deal to do, particularly if they get the SESKO deal over the line, because of the financial outlay that it would require to not only get SESKO, but Baleba as well, because he wouldn't be cheap.
Yeah, OK. So Manchester United look like they're doing some business, which means a really tough window for Newcastle. And it's now been confirmed Alexander Isak is training away from the first-team squad. So how does this one play out? Well, our reporter Keith Downey has the latest.
Tonight's meeting between Eddie Howe and Alexander Isak, for the first time since both men returned from their pre-season training camps, will be crucial to that. Without doubt, Eddie Howe is disappointed with the conduct of his star striker, travelling to Spain on his own individual training camp instead of being with the rest of the squad on their tour of Asia. And the fact that Eddie Howe found that out through the media, I think, is the most galling thing of all. Howe's response was today to tell Isak to turn up to report at 4 o'clock for a meeting and for his own individual training and recuperation, while the rest of the squad throughout the day had their families in for a team bonding session. So it was interesting to see Isak arrive today at 4 o'clock, just as the rest of the players were leaving. Isak, the only player uninvited. But where does it leave the Isak situation? Well, we've been telling you all along that Newcastle will not allow him to leave without a replacement.